We have to understand that there has to be something that we can do to let these officers know that their behavior is not acceptable. And that's why I'm going to go ahead right now and bring in our good sister, Danette Chavis. Danette, how are you doing tonight, my sister?
Great. How are you all doing?
We're fantastic. Folks, let me just give you just a quick little, information about Danette. She's the CEO and founder of the National Action Against Police Brutality and Murder. So she takes this very seriously. She actually has an experience that she'll explain to you, but what she does is she's taking a grassroots group and putting folks together and mobilizing them to actually achieve true change. Danette, tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, I do have a nationwide demand in progress that's seeking police accountability across the nation, for one, because I don't believe that murder against unarmed innocent people is acceptable, and whereas others are comfortable with demanding or holding one officer accountable, I believe it leaves too much undone. For one thing, the conviction of an officer in no form or fashion addresses the murders committed by others for whom we were unable to get an indictment. And convicting one officer in no form or fashion blocks, stops, or prevents additional murders from occurring. An officer convicted today and given 20 years in prison doesn't prevent his fellow officers from doing the same. There's no change in procedures, no change in policy, no change whatsoever. So the mechanisms in place that allowed an officer to shoot and kill an unarmed individual remain the same despite the convictions of an officer. And the proof is that at each and every occurrence, we are made to march and plead and beg for justice. We must march because they defend and protect these officers. We protest because they find no wrongdoing. We beg because the mechanisms in place have failed. And if that weren't true, we would not see murder after murder. So clearly, there is no existing means to hold an officer accountable for the murders of unarmed innocents. And when those murders escalate to national proportions, the national action is needed. There is a petition which outlines the basis for the demand, but the petition has no power in and of itself, but it's being used as a concrete object by which to show the basis for the demand being made. The demand is to be backed by the power of the people, who despise the fraudulency of the claims of this government to provide liberty and justice for all. I, in fact, am seeking to challenge those claims, for because of those claims, our people have been made docile and submissive in the face of mass destruction against our people. And yes, others outside our race are affected too, but in regards to mass destruction, we are it. And it is the face of black and brown mothers that you see crying for justice. It's the face of black males hauled into prison by the thousands. It's our children who are flipped over by police in chairs while in school, pounced upon at the pool, shot while playing at a playground within 2 seconds flat. But if we holler, Black Lives Matter, they tell us no, all lives matter. But not all lives are dismissed and disregarded. And nobody, including the president, has fully acknowledged the devastation and destruction by forces sanctioned and ordained by the state. So under these set of circumstances, nationwide action is indeed being demanded. And what other action should be suggested when not only private industry profits off the incarceration of our men, but has entered into contractual agreements with the government itself for the arrest, detainment, and use of their labor while in prison. So for that and many more reasons, the focus must begin at the top.
Excellent words, my sister, and I agree wholeheartedly. That's a great focus. But tell us, where can we find this petition?
The petition is hosted on the website change.org, but it can also be found on our Facebook page entitled National Action Against Police Brutality. I hope your listeners join it and support our efforts moving forward. And they can also Google National Action Against Police Brutality. And our petition, our Facebook page, and everything we've done will come up after typing in those words.